Alright, welcome back. Hello. You're watching Pilot, the one and only. And I've as you know me, as you've been watching the channel, I've been very I've been very vocal about my opinions on ICE and how, it's been abused. It is something that we should defund, it is an organization that should be held up to an authority than roam freely. I've been vocal about it. It's been on the news everywhere, people protesting and things like that, in all spectrums, especially in Minnesota, Minneapolis, the states where ICE is heavily targeting people. And this is kind of more on the social media side of it, since I've been talking more about the news lately, and the last video was about TikTok, and that video did not blow up on my feed. So if you guys want to give that a watch, you guys know my tag, it's pilotdoc2. But besides that, so we all know LosPollos, the funny clipper, the little gerbil, the dude who talks fast while having GTA playing, on the bottom half. I admit he's funny. All the clips that I've seen him, I've laughed at. It's funny, because he does get humiliated. I'm not gonna say that he doesn't. He does. He literally gets humiliated for a living. You've seen all the streams of him, being called fat and not worth of living, yada yada yada.
Why are you alive? Ew, what are you? Why is it still talking?
Obviously, I hope that he takes it as jokes, because he's laughing at it now. He was laughing at it at the moment, and he has his dad right next to him. So, yeah, that's literally his whole career. He started up playing 2K on streams, and everybody knew him as like the person who sucked at Fortnite for like the longest time and couldn't get a win. But recently now, since he has a bigger platform than ever, we all see the clips on YouTube Shorts, on TikTok, sometimes Instagram, on the Reels. But he recently posted basically a response to ICE about how about the ICU person that I said I was gonna talk shortly about. I already gave my 2 cents. That was a massacre. He was literally executed live, in front of many people, and the people that shot him are not being held accountable for it, which speaks a lot on this administration and obviously the people who are backing up ICE. So yeah, in short, because he wrote a long paragraph, I read half of it. I saw somebody summarize it, and I'll give it my summarization of it. I'll put it right here on this side of the screen, basically saying, oh yeah, it was bad, but the dude shouldn't have been there. There's a place of time. The ICU person, the nurse shouldn't have been there. Shouldn't try to, push himself to that position. Which, it's understandable. I understand that you don't try to put your position in that way, but the dude was in the medical field. He saw somebody asking for help, and honestly, and the thing is, he had no gun out, as Christy Nome and the other person said it, which what I saw, Christy Nome had the same basically word-to-word speech as the other representatives speaking out about this. And I'll play the clip here of this other YouTube that I follow that edited perfectly, edited word to word. I'll play it here.
For word, bar for bar.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The officers attempted to disarm this individual.
You cannot make this stuff up. And for reference, we'll let the rest of the clip play out so you can see they said the exact same thing.
But the armed suspect reacted violently. Fearing for his life and for the lives of his fellow officers around him, an agent fired defensive shots. Medics were on the scene immediately and attempted to deliver medical aid to the subject, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 magazines with ammunition in them that held dozens of rounds. He also had no ID. This looks like a situation where an individual arrived at the scene to inflict maximum damage on individuals and to kill law enforcement.
But yeah, but not to get sidetracked on it, obviously these people try to discourage the fact that ICE did anything wrong. They're not, and how they're still operating, which is crazy to say the least. But so back to Los Pollos, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, he said, there's time and place. He shouldn't have been there, especially, which is honestly okay. I understand that you should be at a, place and time, but the dude was trying to help somebody, and he didn't have his, he did have a weapon. It's an open carry state, so he's legally allowed to. It is his Second Amendment right. He wasn't pointing it at anybody. We literally seen the footage. He had his camera on him, on his chest, and had his, sidearm, on his hip. He wasn't reaching. He had both of his hands on his chest, trying to hold his camera, and he got executed live. We've seen it. This also happened with the Renee Good situation. It was filmed. She obviously, wasn't in a position where she needed to be stopped by ICE, but back to the point of Los Pollos, it is, obviously with his platform kind of, I wouldn't say wrong, you have your own opinions on it, but it is kind of demeaning saying that, that ICE was doing this, operation, formally and, up to code when, we've seen the footage, we've seen the many stuff that ICE has done. I literally expressed to you earlier, and he also had his, little 2 pennies worth of, voice on the whole 5-year-old situation where he, again, tried to dehumanize the dad about it. And honestly, if you're in that position, and that you're in an unsafe position, you run, you flee. And we've obviously seen this in media. We've obviously seen this in all cultures. The whole whistles that we always hear in the background of these videos. It's to tell people who are undocumented. And remember, these people who are undocumented have families, have they work here, and obviously contribute a lot, especially with taxes. I know everybody wants to discourage that immigrants take tax benefits. We don't. It's usually the kids, but the thing is, it's for the kid. And the fact is that the support with the immigrants give so much money to in taxes with the ITN numbers to disclose that that they don't have an SS and they want to contribute to this country. So no matter what, these people are contributing in society in many ways, and they're just being ripped away with no benefit. And the thing is, it is a tragic thing that the kid, they both got taken away, because they eventually got taken away. And Los Pollos basically, saying, follow up to code, follow up to this, this shouldn't happen in the first place. Point being, and I'm going to be very advocate about this, since how ICE is going with all this, it is not responsible, it is not up to code, and I think there's more on my feeling space, and I'll speak less about it now. But point being, Los Pollos was very inconsiderate about this whole situation, especially since the ICU nurse was legally here. He is white, and this is just a message of saying, ICE can basically do anything, and nobody should be harmed in any stop. These so-called federal officers should have, they should identify themselves in many ways. First of all, with the mask, and just like officers, have a badge number or identification so we could report them. They are in mask, they are in unmarked cars, they are just creeping on people, they contribute fear into communities. People are afraid to walk in the street, you know, just because of the color of their skin. And as I showed you again, the whole, you know, fact that the whole DOJ document of saying, oh, you could basically be stopped if you're in these parts where Latinos are usually, you know, around. So this isn't just about, oh, you know, this is a formal stop and things like that. It's just overall racist. Point being, and Los Pollos, you know, not trying to say anything. I guess, you know, he's trying to take the safe route, but honestly, there is no safe route in this. We've seen so many people die, and many people who were detained illegally. So, yeah, that is my 2, you know, cents. Los Pollos, I would say do better, and you know, listen to other people's, you know, voices on this. And yeah, well, yeah, that's my 2 cents of it. Hope you like and subscribe, and obviously, you know, follow my other socials, and I'll catch you guys on the next one, and you guys have a good rest of your day.